when I was at university, I used to listen to nighttime radio, and on the nighttime radio I used to hear poets like Ian McMillan and Martin Wiley, Simon Armitage, Jules, John Hegley, and I really loved listening to the poetry. It sparked something in me, and it made me realise, hey, I can do this. So I started to write one little pieces here and there. And then when I finished university, I wanted to kind of keep my brain active, really. So I decided to write one night a week, Tuesday, to write every Tuesday. It's an interesting question of when did you become a writer? I think it's a little bit to do with the feeling of pain. I've got a pen, I can do it. I never had a sense of not being a writer, and I don't really have a sense now that I truly am, but there's some evidence, and I've written quite a lot of good poems. When I started writing, I never had any sense of that I needed anybody's permission to do it. I just thought, hey, I'm a writer. And then I made a pamphlet for myself called Kettle of Fish. And I just did a gig in the pub and I sold them all. I sold 40 straight away. I had a wide circle of friends that were kind. And then I sold another 40. Then I did another pamphlet, which I just photocopied at work behind the manager's back, and that was called Cushy, and I sold 40 of them straight away, and then another 40. And around this time I moved from York to Hull, and I was in a poetry writing group, and I used to get some of my poems published in this thing, Dreamcatcher. Big part of my life, a big part of the story. And I think that made me think as well that I am my writing is valid. And then along came the Reader, and again, I just felt as if the editor of the Reader liked my poems, and that was a really, really, really important thing for me. Knowing that somebody not exactly thought along the same lines as me, but who read what I was thinking and saying and thought that's right, or that's right enough to put it in such a fine publication. So as I was saying, I came to Hull and I had a friend called Sue, and her husband, Glenn, worked at Hull University Press. And he knew that I'd done this pamphlet, and he asked if he could read a copy, and he liked it, and he said, oh, would you write some more poems, and I'll put them in a book for you, which was Cowboy Hat. So really that was my route into being published. I may have made that sound very easy, but definitely gets a lot of people saying no to you all the time, saying stuff off, and a lot of people don't like it. I mean, I would say that probably in the past 2 or 3 years, probably I've had about 25 things turned down. So it's not always the case that people say yes. But following this book, The Reader, done by Wrecking Ball Press, the editor of Wrecking Ball Press also does publications, and so I sent him a manuscript. I was going to send it to Bloomsbury, believe it or not, and then we'd been playing five-a-side, and then Shane said to me, oh, can I have a look at that manuscript? So I said, yeah, sure. And then he said, don't send it to Bloomsbury, I'll publish it. So my route has been a little bit odd, I think. And the thing about writing is that there's like a paradox. And the thing is this, if you want to be a good writer, you have to read. I mean, look at all of my filmmaker. And, you know, just read all this stuff. Neruda, Heaney, Sheena Pugh, Larry Lewis, Philip Levine, it's all good stuff, all my friends. Ian McMillan, Jeff Hattersley, Ian Cummings, Croatians, the mad Russell Edson. Read. But when you read, steal. That's not my advice, that's what Climby Dawson and Sarah Maguire said to me when I started writing. They said, just steal stuff. But this is what I think, you can't steal all the time. You can steal. So steal for your first book, then after your first book stop, don't steal anymore. All competition judges are idiots. Ignore them. Every time you go into approach a competition, you have to just treat success and rejection exactly the same. If you win a competition, it doesn't mean anything. It means that you liked your poem on that day, which you can smile because you got 500 quid. If you don't pick you, it doesn't matter. A good thing to do when you start is to pick an anthology. This is a really good one, The Emergency Kid. You'll be able to get this from a really good independent bookshop. And when you read an anthology, you'll discover people. I'll just open on a random page. Thomas Lynch, brilliant poet. If you discover Thomas Lynch in here, then you could get his collection and see if you like that. Yeah, read widely. Romanians, the good stuff. Rascal Papa. Independent bookshops. The people that run them, they're not going to be millionaires making loads of money out of it. They're doing it because they love it. And if they love it, they're going to have books in there. Like, you might find Jeff Hattersley on your survey, or The Reader, or Dreamcatcher, or Emergency Kit. You won't find them in W.H. Smith's. You might even find Vasco Potter.